Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday, December the 10th. It's National Decimal System Day, and it's time for the Wise Guys and Girl. As always, let's start with Sir and the weather.
Do we do the weather? Why not? Currently 4 degrees, working our way up to a high of only 6 degrees. A little bit gray right now, but the sun may pop out for a little bit this afternoon. Looks like it's going to be a gray day for the next couple, but there might be some sunshine in the forecast later on.
There may not be much sunshine, but there are lights coming. First day of Hanukkah begins tonight, I believe.
And a Chag Chanukah Sameach to everyone.
Excellent. Well, there are 8 days of Hanukkah. There are 9 candles on the menorah, and the Dewey Decimal System is based on the number 10. Today we celebrate a system of classification and its inventor, Melville Dewey, who was born December 10th, 1851. His library classification system has been used since 1876, and it ranges mostly nonfiction publications. It divides books into 10 main categories, and those categories are divided into 10 categories, and so on and so 10. It's such an amazing system. It makes it so easy to find resources. Wouldn't it be nice if the whole world was organized this way? Few people remember that he had an equally famous brother, Chuck Dewey, inventor of the big old pile of books system. and Chuck was also the first to coin the phrase, just Dewey it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Did you know that the libraries in 135 countries around the world have now translated the Dewey Decimal System into 30 different languages, which I don't really get because I thought it was based on numbers.
I thought Dewey was one of Donald Duck's nephews.
That is correct. By the way, that is such a good show.
What's this?
I think
Time
they're
for tangents with
tied
Timmy?
into the new numerical day that it is.
I love DuckTales, and Daffy Duck on DuckTales is hilarious.
You gotta love Scrooge McDuck though. There's a guy in touch with the people.
How timely.
Oh, it is indeed. It all ties together. We're gonna wrap this up in a nice, pretty bow. But let's add some music to the show with tunes with Tamik. Tamik, what are you listening to today?
So, anybody that's looked at my picks this week, I'm all over the place, which is fine. Doesn't matter. My musical tastes are very, very varied. But today I'm going back to, I believe it was 1995. An artist named Alanis Morissette. And from her album Jagged Little Pill, which honestly was huge. That album was huge that year. What I actually admire about Alanis Morissette is she completely changed her sound, because before she was Alanis Morissette, she was Alanis. And she used to do a lot of dance music, like pseudo R&B, but not really, kind of more poppy. And she was still talented, but I guess that just wasn't her. And then she flipped everything and just wrote that album, which in the end is what we know her to be, right? So the song, I can't play a lot of songs in Jagged Little Pill. We still work for the Peel District School Board. But Hand in My Pocket, that's my tune.
Yes.
And what I love about that is all the changes in the song and sort of the comparisons of yourself. But as she always says, what it all comes down to, and there's one part I love, what it all comes down to is I haven't got it all figured out just yet. Because I got one hand in my pocket and no one is giving a peace sign. So in the days of 2020, this is, for me, what life is about. She's like, I'm free, but I'm focused. I'm green, but I'm wise. I'm hard, but I'm friendly. All these different versions of yourself, I feel on a constant basis. So that one resonated with me today for sure. So Hand in My Pocket from Jagged Little Pill, a huge throwback album, Alanis Morissette, proud Canadian artist. That's my pick today.
What an awesome pick. I'm at Elm, I'm at Ogden.
Yeah.
You're up and you're down. Oh wait, sorry. Another artist.
Oh goodness! I mean, it's such a great album. I have two of them, two copies of it.
What an album! Like, and it doesn't get old. You know what I mean?
No.
It doesn't get old.
And if we go on a little bit longer, I'll be able to play the entire song in this segment too. So that'd be great. All right, Venturo, it's your turn. We got Ventures with Venturo. What do you have for us today?
You know what? I was thinking about this year, and it has certainly been a year of learning, right? And our teachers have been thrust into this online learning experiment, or what we can call it an endeavor. So I wanted to share one of my very good podcasts that I listen to. And this one, I tend to listen to it just to get ideas and get different research that has been done when it comes to online learning. This podcast it's titled Trends and Issues in Instructional Design, and it's done by Abby Brown and Tim Green. A very, very good podcast to go and listen to. You'll also get a lot of insights into cool things that you can try in your online learning experience. So go check out that podcast. It's Trends and Issues in Instructional Design, Education, Technology, and Learning Science by Abby Brown and Tim Green. That's my little 2 cents from Ventures with Venturo. That's it, guys.
Hey, don't undersell yourself. That one's at least a nickel, maybe even worth a dime. And full marks for using this podcast to advertise another podcast. Love it.
Shout out
It is Thursday. Time for Thursday's Thought.
Oh, Thursday's thought on Dewey Decimal Day has to be the fact that I used to hate math, but then I realized that decimals have a point. The other Thursday thought I have is, have you ever actually walked into a library now? Like, Dewey must be, like, turning over in his grave because there's no books. It's just computer terminals. Like, how do you organize it according to the Dewey Decimal System? Just a thought.
Well, looking around here in a Graydon, I think it's going back to Chuck's organization.
I know, right?
Just piles of books.
Piles of books.
All right, everyone. Have a great Thursday. We are the Wise Guys and Girl, leaving you smarter and happier than you were yesterday.